Hi, scholars. How you doing? Mr. Hammond here, just hanging out in Mr. Meyer's room at the coffee bar here. And I started thinking, I saw a video on Facebook the other day. It had where they took raisins and they changed them back into grapes, and then they took the coloring from the grapes and made it into grape juice. I thought, is that possible? It got me thinking. So, being a guy that likes science, I thought maybe I should turn this over to the group at Allen J. Prep that loves to test things. Scientific Minds Unite. And I thought that group might be able to take it to the next level and see whether or not the video was valid or just a bunch of hooey.
Hey JP Scholars, hey, we want to welcome you back to Season 2, Episode 1 of Scientific Minds Unite. So today, we're going to talk about changes and how objects change. So, I have Mr. Hammond here. He's going to talk us through and tell us what objects we have that we're going to be using today.
Thank you, Mr. Van Newkirk. That's right, Mr. Hammond here. I might be a little close. Cameraman, I'm going to get you over here. I just want to kind of let you know what we have so far here. We have a strainer, okay, it's a wire strainer, mesh strainer. We have some Sprite, 2-liter Sprite there. Big fan of that. We have some aluminum foil. Here's our star right here. Raisins. Oh, you gotta love them. All right, raisins. We have you know what this is? Beaker, that's right. And this is some water in a measuring cup. Fantastic. Oh, and this, guys, is compressed air. We use this to kind of clean off our computer screens. And of course, we have a pan of water with a hot plate that's going to go up to 500 degrees. And that is how we start.
All right, so hey, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this hot plate up to 250 degrees Celsius. And that's 150 degrees more than the boiling point, which is 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So watch water boil.
Step 2, we're going to put this box of raisins, Sunmade brand since 1912, in the water as it prepares to boil. And when that starts to boil, we're going to start seeing some magic.
All right, scholars, step 3, we're going to go ahead and pour some Sprite into this beaker of science. And then we're going to put those raisins in there and see what happens.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, scholars of all ages, here we are. We have been boiling the raisins for approximately, I'm going to say 7.5 minutes. We're going to take some raisins and we're going to drop them in the Sprite. And what we're going to do is drop in a few. We're not going to drop in that many. We don't need that many. And hopefully what's going to happen is we're going to see those raisins start to rise up in our beaker. All right, put a couple more in there. And when those things start to rise, I see one up there already. There comes a couple. And then they'll drop. I wonder why that happens. Why would they rise and then they fall? Interesting. So this is what you call your jumping raisins. This by itself, ladies and gentlemen, is worth the price of admission.
All right, scholars, next step, we're going to cover the beaker of science with aluminum foil. We're going to take the Sharpie. We're going to poke a hole in the center. And Mr. Hammond is going to bring over the good stuff.
That's right, Mr. Van Newkirk. We're going to use our compressed air. And I'm going to put in there. Compressed air, you can see, whoa, is that cold? See all the frost on there. That's decreasing the temperature of our surface. Now, I'm going to pour just a little bit of water. Ooh, yeah, you can feel that? Oh, yeah, that's nice. All righty.
Are you ready for the big reveal? Here we go. Let's see what we got, scholars. we have jumping grapes again. But we're gonna do something a little different this time. We're gonna strain them out. We're gonna use the strainer, pour the grapes into the pot of science. And we're gonna wait and see if there are any more changes.
Side note, these raisins are amazing. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to take our beaker of water here. It's not a beaker of water, a measuring cup of water. Pour it into the beaker. I'm going to get approximately 500 milliliters. All right. And I'm going to take our strained raisins and pour them back into the water and cover them back. Stay tuned for the next step.
All right, you know, Mr. Hammond, these grapes are good, man. I am so glad that the sun made them. Anyway, back to our experiment. You know, what we're gonna do is we use this aluminum foil here. We used it all up. We're actually gonna replace it with a new one, just to add effect. Take it, put it back over, poke the hole, and watch Mr. Hammond bring back the good stuff.
That's right. I'm back with the compressed air. This is fun stuff right here. All right, here we go. We're gonna do the same treatment. Spray it down. Woo! It is cold, 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 cold. All right, that surface is cold now. More water. Add it to the party. Here we go. Oh yeah. Why does it make that sound? Interesting. All right. Wait for the big reveal.
All right, so we're ready. We have the big reveal. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do this. All right, abracadabra, alakazam, lift the foil. And we have taken sun-made raisins and turned them into sunflowers. What do you think about that, scholars?
Mr. Van Newkirk, I think you grabbed the wrong beaker. This was the actual beaker, scholars, and as you can see, we still have raisins. So absolutely nothing has happened here. So I think what we can say here is this science experiment that was on social media was completely misinformation. It was false news. It was fake news. Mr. Van Newkirk?
Yeah, you know, oftentimes we see things on YouTube and on social media and we think that they're real and everything is legit, and you're drawn to it. So just like us, we were drawn to this experiment. We wanted to try it out, and in the end, it's busted. It didn't happen the way we thought it would happen.
Busted.
But what we did see were tons of changes. So how many changes were you able to see in this video?